Coming to get you, Barbara.
The Fear Central Radio Show. Warning, our content may include spoilers and is intended for mature audiences.
Hey, fellow horror fans, welcome to the Fear Central Radio Show. I am your host, Mike, and we've got a full crew back again this week, starting...
Heather,
Monica,
Paul,
Katie, Chris,
Tim.
And we're here. We're all here.
Yay!
For the benefit of the audience at home, Heather was lip-syncing Mike's dialogue and then totally lost her place whenever she had to say her own name.
I don't know my name today. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
It's all right.
It happens.
I am somebody. But last week we talked superstitions, good luck, bad luck, things that kind of went with Friday the 13th.
Yep. How many cracks did you step on in the last week?
Every one of them.
Man. You son of a...
I know.
That's why he stepped on the crack.
That's right. I'm sorry. But this week we're going to take it a little more into the fear realm and talk phobias.
Wow.
I know.
That sounds appropriate for the channel.
It does.
What are
Fear.
you afraid of?
What's your favorite scary movie? Oh, sorry. Where's your crickets? Where's your crickets?
When you're on a horror podcast and somebody asks, what's your favorite scary movie? Everybody goes, wait, do we answer?
Yeah. Scary movie? No. But yeah, we've got a list here. I actually found a huge list of like 100 or so, but we figured that was a little too long to try and go through all of it.
Yeah.
So we found some that are relative to films that we thought would fit better.
Yeah.
So we're actually going to do this in reverse order from the largest
We're gonna
number.
count down.
Yes, we're going to count
Well,
down so to count up.
It's the final countdown.
It's reverse alphabetical order.
Yeah, that too.
Mainly because we just want to start with the X's.
Are they in Texas?
We are.
All the X's in Texas?
Yeah.
That's why.
That doesn't sound
No,
very
isn't that
logical.
why he lives in Tennessee?
Yep.
It might be.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
That's exactly
Just
right.
making sure.
All right.
Is this
So
an Imagine Dragons song?
Thunder.
Tunda.
Oh, Lord. Here we go.
Believer. Oh, I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her. Oh,
Don't you mean believer?
believer.
Yeah.
Believer.
Then she saw my face. Now she's a believer.
That poor blind child.
So, yeah, phobias, xenophobia.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know,
Does
does
anybody
anybody know what
know
that
what
is?
it
Does anybody know?
Yes.
I have a list that defines it. So
You do?
Yes, I know.
What
about
does
it.
that say?
It says it is a fear of things foreign or strange.
Foreign.
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 That
Foreign.
just, if anyone's listening from outside of Texas, that is the proper way to say
Properly.
foreign. Yeah.
That's properly.
Foreign.
Foreign.
Fern.
As in those damn foreign.
I know.
Damn foreigners.
They be in here, America. So, okay.
So it doesn't necessarily mean aliens, but their recommendation is the movie Alien.
Yes, Alien.
Which I think is a little on the nose.
Yeah. Some of the other ones mentioned are The Art of the Deal. Art of the Deal.
Yeah.
Gangs of New York, The Burbs. Not really.
I think the
Gangs
Burbs.
of
Is,
New
I think
York
the
is
Burbs
not
is
really
a
a horror
great
movie.
one for this list.
Yeah.
Actually,
Also, every Holocaust movie ever. So
every Cold War movie.
every
ever.
Cold War movie.
Red Dawn
Manchurian
is a
Candidate.
Red Dawn is a great xenophobic movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would probably put Wes Craven, People Under the Stairs.
Oh, okay.
I love that movie.
Not a great movie. I think no one in this room likes it.
I do.
but,
You're very wrong there, Paul, because I happen to enjoy that movie.
I
No,
enjoyed it.
I was about to say another movie.
Oh,
Different movie.
So, okay.
I do like that movie, though.
You do like Hostel. Okay.
Oh, Hostel. Yeah.
That's fair.
So
Heather loves Hostel.
Heather
so
doesn't
we
love
know that now.
Hostel. Heather doesn't love Hostel, but Heather has watched Hostel more than one time.
I think if you keep it up, Heather will be hostile.
I do have a bunch of knives in the kitchen.
That movie is definitely a textbook presentation of xenophobia, though.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like the American kids go out to a foreign land, and then everybody is like in this plot to kill them for money. So
Yeah.
They get to pay to torture them
Which
however they want.
Also, kind of sounds a little bit like Teresa's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a similar principle.
Right.
Not as many floppy body parts.
Yeah. So, xenophobia. Fear of things foreign and strange. Vern.
So
Would Stranger Things
who here
fall
would
under that?
Maybe,
second
yes.
season?
Second season.
Second season.
Yeah.
They
Second
talk
season,
about the
yeah.
Russians.
Yeah.
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 Well, I'm just
But I
afraid
mean,
of things that are strange. You know, that
Does anybody in this room have that
things.
phobia?
yeah. But yes, things from the upside down would
Yes.
technically fall into the
Yes.
category.
I agree.
But, yeah.
Tim asked a good question. Does anybody in the room have that phobia?
Who here admits it?
No, I don't think so.
I think all of us here probably embrace the strange.
Yeah,
Right.
I think that's
We're all a
pretty
little
true.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I personally enjoy learning about every single culture I can. When
Yep.
I was,
Paul and I and Katie are foreign movie buffs. We
I'm a
like them.
foreign nerd.
You're a
He's a-
foreign. Me too.
Hey, Vern. Hey, Vern, movie liker.
I like the foreign movies.
When I was in high school, it was the personal goal to watch a movie from every country.
Have you done it?
I haven't done Siberia because there's only 2 movies that I know of from Siberia, and I don't want to watch either one of them.
Yeah, I totally understand that one.
What film did you watch from Antarctica?
March of the Penguins.
I did see a movie made. I did see a movie made in Antarctica.
Did you?
Yeah.
Awesome. Guess I haven't heard of that one.
oh my goodness.
Okay, moving on. That word, which is
Trypanophobia.
which is Heather.
This is definitely me.
This is
Totally
Heather.
me.
What is it?
It's the fear of needles.
Hey, Katie, you want to talk about the test you have to have in the coming weeks?
So I have to have something called an EMG.
EMG.
Which,
Yeah.
EMG, which is where they take like 40 to 50 needles and they stick them between your low back and all the way to your feet, and then they electrify them to see how your nerves respond. So that's fun.
That sounds shockingly fun.
Oh yeah,
That's similar to the test they had to do for my inner stem,
Mm-hmm.
except they had to go in and put the wires in, and they had them sticking out of my back
No.
for like a week. I had
So-
these wires hanging out of my back in 3 places. It was interesting.
So if you have a fear of needles, how did that go?
Ask Chad.
Probably one of the scariest needle things I've ever seen. Y'all remember the show Fear Factor?
Yes.
Okay, so they had one episode where the final challenge where it was they had to sit in a chair and they had to let someone thread larger and larger needles through their arm.
Hell no.
It started with small and then went down the bicep, and eventually the needle was like this.
Hell
big.
no.
It was huge.
No.
None of them made it that far.
No.
Like it was, and they had like no numbing, nothing. They should have sit there and be like
Threaded.
impaled by these things. So
Yeah,
it was
I-
the most terrifying thing I've ever seen.
That's bad. But the one that always gets me, and I literally cannot watch the scene, is the scene in Saw where they throw the girl into the vat of used
that is
drug needles.
specifically the one they.
Yeah,
they
Saw
reference
2.
Oh
here.
my god,
In Saw 2.
that is so bad.
I
can't.
personally think this list is missing a beat for not having audition though.
I was just going to say audition. That one scene right there. That
the
they gets
scene
followed
where
up
Sticks all the
with.
needs in, and then she lays on them, so they all go.
No, she
flat.
Actually
Slides
slides her
up.
body up over
Yeah.
onto his chest. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So cute.
And thus
I was, like,
following with the
totally-
piano string.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yep, it's
loved that horror movie up until she killed the dog. I just...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always a no-no.
Heather hasn't watched that foreign film yet.
I have not. I
until
tried
she
to
did.
find it.
It
I
wasn't
just
really a
haven't been
horror
able to
movie up until
get-
that point. Like the dog. Well, they'd done the backstory by then.
Yeah.
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 But
So
that's one I have not seen.
Heather and her fear of needles. Mhm.
Heather has a fear. There are a few on here that I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then we have.
I do like the other ones they listed, though, because they listed ones that aren't technically horror movies at all. But
Right.
It's Pulp Fiction, Train Spotting, and Requiem for a Dream.
Oh
Which
yeah.
are all
my
Paul's
God, those
favorite.
are-
Paul's
Oh, yeah.
I can see
movies.
Requiem for a Dream. Yeah.
Requiem for a Dream. In the end, Jared Leto, he's addicted to heroin.
Yeah.
And he ends up getting his arm infected, and he's going through withdrawals.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever they finally reveal that he had an infection, he rolls up his sleeve. And he's got a raised bump that's turned purple and black, and
Yeah.
blistered open, and he tries to inject himself into the pit.
Yep.
It is really memorable.
Yeah.
So if you got a thing with needles, that will definitely
That sounds
stick
horrific.
with you.
No.
Oh, they're also missing
Sounds
Friday Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the Dream Warriors?
Yes.
Where the chick with the switchblades and he comes up because she was an addict with his fingers are.
No, that was 3.
Was
that
that
three?
I think it was 3 because they were all in. They were, I
'Cause
think
it
that was
Dream-
part of the hospital.
Right.
He had,
so then
has
4 was
syringe
Dream
needles.
Master and 3
Yeah.
was Dream Warriors. So yeah,
Yeah,
it was that
yeah.
one where he's got the needles in his fingers and he's
Yes.
injecting her. I think that should have been mentioned as well, but it's just me.
Easily one of the best Nightmare on Elm Street movies.
Yeah. Thanatophobia.
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 Yep.
Yep.
And for all you Avengers fans, yes, Thanos' name comes from this word.
Yep.
Thanatophobia.
Which is the fear of death.
Yes.
Most people have the fear.
Crickets, crickets,
Th-
crickets.
well,
crickets.
this one's hard to understand as an actual fear because you have to kind of understand what a phobia is to say, oh, fear of death. Most people have a fear of life might end. You know?
Right.
That's more of a healthy fear.
Right.
You know, strange dogs. Healthy fear.
If you
won't
won't
touch
leave your
them.
house for fear that you might get into an accident or die, that is.
Isn't that agoraphobia?
But
Yeah, but we're talking about
agoraphobia is typically more with crowds and
Yeah.
suspicion,
Yeah.
Things
But
that you might run into.
What we're
outside.
talking about is the level of
Oh, yeah.
of
No,
fear
I know.
induced. Yeah.
Yeah.
So at what point do you call that a phobia? Because most people are going to be afraid of a massive bird that flies at their head. Just going to happen. But not
Some
everyone
people won't
lives
go
in
outside
fear.
because there are birds out there.
Right. My sister won't. She's ridiculous. She hates birds. So I made her watch the birds at 4.
I was going to say, did she watch the birds at a young age?
My grandmother.
How did we go from
We're-
thanatophobia to ornithophobia?
We haven't got there yet.
No,
That's what we were
that
talking
was the
about.
bridge
Yeah.
I just made. So.
That was just a bridge. But Flatliners
Yes.
is a pretty good, obvious one for fear of death.
Yes.
Um,
And then
But
Which
weren't
is
they- weren't
basically
they
the premise of the
trying
film,
to-
is to understand what's beyond death. So they were killing themselves to bring themselves back so they could
but
explain.
then they found out. Then they found more than they bargained for.
Right.
See, I think that's more of the fear of the unknown, not the fear of death itself.
Well, I mean,
It wasn't really
it's
even the unknown.
afterlife.
It was their demons that they were fighting.
Well, the whole
You
premise
know?
was, what is death? Why are so many people afraid of it? Let's kill ourselves and see what's beyond,
Yeah.
and come back.
I
Fine.
really don't think anybody here is afraid of death, per se.
I don't know. I've seen him.
I
He's
don't
not
want
that,
to die.
He's not that attractive.
Yeah.
Depends on which
It's not my
version of death
favorite.
you're talking about.
It's true.
Really,
Because if you go with Deadpool, death is a female.
It's true.
actually, Thanos' name, for if we're gonna go delve into Marvel or whatever, it has roots for that because Thanos' actual backstory in the comics is that he has fallen in love with Death, the same character from Deadpool, and he wants to make her happy.
It's not Lady Death.
Not Lady Death.
No.
That's Chaos
Lady Death
Comics.
is a totally different
Yeah.
comic book series.
I think
But I mean,
Final
she is
Destination.
Death and she is a lady.
I really
so-
wish that everybody who has their back towards Chad could see the face he just made.
He's being a butthead.
He gave you a very dirty look.
I don't
And it was
care.
fantastic.
Lady Death is a completely different Chaos Comics series, and
Yes,
no.
it is.
I think Final Destination would be a good one for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
the,
It's on the
fear
front.
of death.
Because
you know,
it's a
because
death that's coming back because you escaped him.
because you escaped death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was also thinking Supernatural, all the times that they've had to deal with
Yes.
death.
Right.
Them
Which-
grieving for their brother.
Yeah.
They put Jacob's Ladder on this list, and that
I
just
did,
spoils
yeah.
the ending.
Yeah, I
Like,
saw
that's
that.
all that is.
And Final Destination is on this list.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Yes.
You did a good job.
Good job. Good job.
I don't have a
I haven't
list in
even
front of
looked at
me.
the list.
So is Dawn of the Dead. Which
Can you see that list?
Yeah, Fear of the
I
Dead.
can't read
Yeah,
it.
but
Are
that's
your
like-
eyes good enough to see that list?
No,
is there a
here.
difference between
Hence the grandpa glasses.
Oh, if I never got it closer, I could
what's the
read it.
difference between the fear of death and the fear of the dead?
Probably
To me, those are
being
two separate
eating.
things.
Yeah,
Crickets,
they would
Heather,
be.
Crickets.
probably I have my
being
list
eating.
up right now. Okay.
All right.
So
Focusing on the list.
It's really
Focusing on
falling
the list.
behind on the soundboard thing.
I know, right?
Done ruined the surprise.
Okay, so then moving on to where Heather said we were going anyway, which was, what was it?
Arithmophobia.
Ornithophobia.
Yeah.
I missed letters.
Yes.
And how do you
Which
pronounce that
would-
again? Some of these are really hard to pronounce.
Ornithophobia.
There's no R. Oh wait, there it is.
Yeah.
Ornithophobia.
Yeah, because like ornithology is the study of birds,
Right.
so
Mhm.
ornithophobia. Yeah. I can understand that. I mean, if it's one bird, I don't see being afraid of, but just a whole like murder of crows,
Like
or
the city of
a
Stephenville.
flock of
Right.
This time of
seagulls.
year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Towards fall, it gets ridiculous.
And spring.
Yeah, and it's just almost all the time. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Other ones that they've listed is Beaks, the movie. I haven't seen that one.
I've never even heard of that.
Never heard of that.
Jurassic Park 3.
Because the raptors had
oh,
had
yep,
feathers, and there was the pterodactyls. In
yeah,
that one.
yeah.
And then Birdemic.
Birdemic is the fear of bad editing.
Definitely. Absolutely.
No, actually, wouldn't it be the fear of good editing because they use only bad edits?
yeah.
I've seen that movie 4 times.
Paul loves that movie.
Fear of clip art.
Yep.
Right.
Fear of clip art.
Yeah, that's what they get attacked by.
Yeah.
All the birds are just gifts that attack them.
Yeah.
Nice. Hence why in your VR it has the birds,
Yes.
which was done very well.
Yeah,
I
and
really
and
liked
face
it.
your fears out.
Yeah. There's actually a new game that's on the Fear Central Facebook page
Uh-huh.
that's for the VR
Okay.
that they're saying will scare anybody.
Anyone.
It takes you to the brink of ultimate terror is what it says.
Okay.
Interesting.
$20 for the game.
All right.
And evidently there's another piece you can get with it that I guess lets you feel what's going on too. By the way the article is reading.
Oh, okay.
Weird.
So you may want to read that article as well
Ooh,
as everybody
VR.
else out there
I read
about
it.
that if you're into VR.
It is ridiculous how much like the other industries have to follow the adult entertainment industry because they were the first ones to do that, of course.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. We're going into Indiana Jones now.
Yay.
Yeah.
Why did it have to be snakes?
I don't know. But say it.
Whoa.
It's a rope.
You're close. You got it.
Ophidiophobia.
There you go.
There you go. Ophidiophobia. The fear of
I
snakes.
didn't. I never really thought about snakes. I just didn't. I knew I didn't want to be around them
Yeah.
until Chad killed the rattlesnake by my car,
Mm-hmm.
and he left me out there with it still wriggling.
Tim's got a great rattlesnake
I had a
story.
panic attack and jumped in the back of the
I've got a
car.
bunch of snakes.
I
You can
got
ask-
chased by a water moccasin.
Chad comes out and he goes, "What the hell are you doing in the car?" I'm like, "I don't know." I'm like serious panic attack in the back of the car because he left me outside with this dead wriggling snake.
So in the newspaper I write for, we have a pet column, and it was my turn to write a month ago, and I chose to write about the 1 week that we actually got to have snakes in our house because Mom never wanted to let us have them, but my aunt came into town, found a snake that my cousin wanted, and actually talked Mom into having it in the house for like a week and a half.
Okay.
Oh.
So it was like the only time I ever got to actually own a snake because it kind of interests me, but
Yeah.
I never pushed the issue too much. I got so much response to that particular column. It's weird that people are still like that up in arms, like, yeah, I don't know about owning snakes and stuff like that. I'm like,
Okay.
really?
Owning a crocodile or something, you know?
The
like-
fear of snakes I see as a justified fear because
Especially
a snake
here.
can kill you.
Well, especially, I mean, in our little area, we have some pretty ornery, poisonous snakes.
Aggressive is the
We have
word.
copperheads,
They're ornery.
rattlesnakes.
We live in Texas. They're ornery. You know, I mean, we've got
Cottonmouths, water
the,
foxes.
well, and the other part is
Rattlesnakes.
Well, and the other part is now everybody thinks a rattlesnake rattles. They
Not
don't
always.
always rattle,
Not always.
and
It's
Well,
a
it's
It
breeding
is.
out of them now.
it's a defensive
Yeah.
mechanism. If they feel threatened, they rattle.
no, not anymore.
Really?
Well, okay, so we have the
Oh,
wild
that-
hog
they
problem.
actually use it to lure in prey as well.
Yeah, well, okay, so the rattle, it's being bred out of them essentially now because wild hogs hear the rattle and they destroy, like, they kill the snakes with rattles. So since that's happening, they're just a lot of rattlesnakes don't have rattles at all, especially in Texas because we have such a hog problem.
That I hadn't heard.
Yeah. There's several really nice articles that talk about that.
So
So
the main benefit that rattlesnakes had was they warn you whenever you were getting too close, and now they don't even do that.
yeah, they're like, come on, I'm not gonna rattle.
Not gonna do it.
Not gonna that. Wasn't be present. Okay. Yeah. So it mentions anaconda as,
Yes.
of course, the fear of snakes. But it also mentions 12 monkeys.
Oh.
No, wait. Wrong one. Raiders of the Lost Ark.
What?
I was on the wrong list. Wrong part.
Wrong part of the list.
My eyes jumped ahead.
Those are giraffes, Mike.
Those motherfucking snakes on the motherfucking plate.
No. You got to do the TV edit.
Oh, the new TV edit. Okay.
I've had it with these monkey fighting snakes on this Monday to Friday plane.
Yes.
Yes, that's the TV.
That is
edit.
literally the TV edit.
Did they edit
Hey
monkeys into the movie? Because if so, I
I
want to
don't.
watch the TV.
I don't know. But that's, I was okay. So I was flipping through movies, and I have not seen Snakes on a Plane in a very long time. So I was like, I'm going to watch it. Well, so I was talking to Mike, asking about the show this weekend, and so I sent him. I found a GIF, and it's him, and it's the TV edit, and so I sent it because I thought it was hilarious. So those monkey fighting snakes on that Monday to Friday plane.
That is actually a movie I've never seen.
I
I
haven't seen
told
it
her
either.
she has to watch it. I mean,
I
it's
just can't bring myself to watch it. I don't know
It's
if
a
it's a
horrible
phobia.
movie.
I don't know if it's just because it's a bad movie.
Do you have
It's
a
an
Samuel L.
intention- It's
Jackson
an
phobia?
intentionally bad movie, though.
Right. I just don't know
No,
what it
they,
is
they
about
never
that.
intended it to be bad.
Well, I mean, they intended it not to be high class,
Yeah.
Yes.
and
Right.
And it turned out
it
bad.
is actually entertaining in what they sought out to do. It's like the new Piranha, really. I mean, like both of those movies are not like conventionally good. but
True.
it's just-
That was a
Yeah,
movie
I
made
just
by
couldn't
that
get
that movie
myself
was made by
to-
college guys, and they just wanted to see TNA. That's all that it was.
Yeah.
What,
Yeah.
Piranha?
Yeah.
No, it was made by a Frenchman named Alexandre Aja.
Who wanted to see TNA?
I was teasing.
Are you talking about the original or the remake?
teasing.
the remake.
Oh.
Either one.
Well,
TNA.
Same guy that
Piranhas
did
of it.
Mirrors.
I watched
Okay,
Piranhas
yeah.
the other day too.
Hills Have Eyes remake.
He took it way far in Piranha 3DD.
Actually, I don't think he did that one.
No,
Yeah.
because that one is just pretty much all TNA.
Yeah. Somebody who really wanted the Hoff had to go to that one.
Yeah. Venom from 1982. I don't think I've seen that one.
I saw it on Sci-Fi Channel, but I do not remember anything about it.
It was that good, huh?
It was a snake creature flick.
A snake creature flick.
Yep.
All right.
Raiders of the Lost Ark, but really they could have said any of the Indiana Jones movies.
Well, isn't that the only one that they really show the snakes? Because in 2,
No.
there's all the bugs.
Well,
and then in
th-
3...
they have the huge snake centerpiece at the
And they
dinner
cut it
scene.
open, and all the little snakes come out.
Yep.
Oh, that's true. I
Yeah.
forgot
and
about
then
that.
in The Last,
Last
Crusade, at the beginning, he falls into the train car that has all the snakes in it.
And in the
Yeah.
one that shall not be named, in
That's
the
not an
vine.
Indiana Jones movie.
Well, but
So it
he's
doesn't
around.
Are you talking about the pygmy monkey aliens?
Well, in the vine swinging scene, don't they have snakes in the tree?
Tarzan?
And that, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I remembered that.
Tarzan?
Yeah, there are, but that movie doesn't count.
No. They're making another one, I've heard.
Yep.
So, yeah, okay. There's another one called
Audible
Hiss.
sigh after
Yeah.
we talk about Indiana Jones 4. Shia LaBeouf.
Its name shall not be said.
Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf.
Crystal Skull.
She'll say it 3 times in a row.
She's definitely feeling back to her old self.
Didn't hate it.
Didn't hate
it.
what?
The latest Indiana. Didn't hate it.
I didn't
hate
hate
it.
it.
Wait,
I mean, I
didn't
actually
hate it.
kind of
There were just
enjoyed
a
it.
lot of issues with
I
it.
just put it in a different category. It's not Indiana Jones. It's
I saw exactly what happened with that movie. Like, it was like, well, we got the scripting process, and they gave it over to David Koepp, the guy that wrote Jurassic Park, and then Steven Spielberg and Lucas kept coming back to him and saying, well, we need to do this because it needs to be like young Indiana Jones and blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, oh, all right, I'll take your notes under advisement.
Yep. And they were like, Nazis are gone. What can we do now? How about some
Always
pygmy monkey aliens?
Pygmy monkey aliens. Love it. Gotta get me one of those.
And killer ants.
Oh,
We need
the
to-
ants were one of my favorites.
That was actually
then-
one
I
of the
like
parts.
the ants.
And then a hydrogen bomb goes off. Okay. Well, how does he
Get
get out
him-
of that?
let's
You're
get
the
it.
writer.
Yeah.
That
He's
one's up
immortal.
to you.
Let's-
It
let's-
doesn't really matter.
Let's
I
do the
guess.
one thing they tell every person on Earth as a child: do not hide in a refrigerator. You will die. What does he do? He
Exactly.
gets in the refrigerator.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, he's immortal, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, let's see.
Like all those movies are high cheese. Like they are intended to be like pulp novels.
Yeah.
So it's almost like we've had decades to get used to the other 3 Indiana Jones movies.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh yeah, it's Indiana Jones. Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Then we get a new movie, and then we're confronted by the fact like that doesn't make no damn sense.
Right? No, that's not what he does. It's like, what did he do in this movie? Okay, we had him come out of a plane with an inflatable raft. Okay, we did that one.
What else stunts do we?
Yeah.
Let's see.
What else
Let's
do we
find
do?
something that's
Dog.
completely. Let's find something that's completely off the charts.
Yeah.
Some heavy breathing over here. It wasn't me. I just figured I'd let somebody else hear it.
So, misophobia.
Mesophobia?
Misophobia.
Miso.
Miso.
I definitely do not have this.
It's
one.
misophobia.
I think
That
my wife might
some
have
kind
a
of
little bit.
Japanese.
Fear of germs.
What?
Don't we have
The
Japanese
miso-
soup?
Yeah.
Miso.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not super like germaphobe. I mean, I'm clean and I put hand sanitizer on, but I have a
No, there's some
I have a
people that walk
13-year-old
around in a bubble that
I have a 13-year-old boy. That kind of
Yeah.
nips that in the bud real
Right.
fast.
having kids kind of nips that in the bud.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
Like from day one. So-
Did you get kicked in the back of the head by the dog?
Yes. The dog's chest is getting scratched.
To
and it kicked
massage
her.
from your dog.
What fear is that?
I don't know, but we need to put it on the
I'm
list.
afraid that a dog's going to kick me in the head.
And if it would happen, it would happen to me. That's just how it is.
But what they mentioned here is cabin fever,
Yeah.
which I've seen
Yeah.
the original and the remake.
Okay.
I don't remember if I've seen part 2. I was looking at it in the list the other day going, did I watch this? I don't
There are
remember.
3, right? Because isn't there like a prequel movie too, or something?
Yes, I've seen that one, which is
There's-
Cabin Fever with Patient Zero
Patient Zero.
with Sean Astin.
Sean Astin. I've seen that one. And
That
then the
was a good
second
one.
one is The Water Company.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one then.
You haven't
I
seen
may
it?
have to watch that one. But
I
I
have to get
was impressed with the fact that the remake was almost identical to the original, just with a younger, another new cast.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a. I'm at odds with that.
Are you?
Because it's like, let's remake the same movie with the exact same script, just about 10 years after the other one.
But that's what
Yeah.
I would call an actual remake. We're not
Yeah.
changing anything but modernizing.
Call it a waste of money.
Okay.
From what I've seen,
Mhm.
the remake
Mhm.
is, if there's any difference, it's that it's not quite as cartoonish.
It's
as the
not.
original.
Right.
Right.
It's a little more serious.
Does it actually improve it any? Because like the only thing I kind of really liked about the original was that it was kind of broadly funny.
Well, you had to have some comedy in there because you've got, what's his name
Dennis saying pancakes, the little kid that does karate.
from... Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was also thinking the guy from Corey and
Ryder
Topanga.
Strong.
Ryder Strong.
yeah.
Ryder
Yeah.
Strong from Boy Meets World.
Yeah, when you have him in his agent probably went, "Has to be some comedy." He's in this film.
Well, the main comedy came from the sheriff,
Yeah, it did.
who was like, I guess he was supposed to be
Sheriff's deputy.
Yeah, but he was really too friendly with the teenage girls.
Yes.
That was like
Yeah.
a running gag with his character.
And it gets worse in the second one.
Yeah, they kind of do
Does
that in
it?
the second
Yeah.
one, but it's not as
Yeah.
not as comical. He's a little more.
No, he's very
creepy.
creepy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It goes from, oh, okay, yeah, I can. Yeah.
Oh, hey, party guy.
Yeah, no.
To be in, oh, God. No.
That is what he keeps calling him, right?
Yeah.
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 Party guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is 12 Monkeys.
12 Monkeys, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Bruce Willis's character has some severe OCD issues.
Yeah. Safe. I don't think I've seen that one.
I've seen that one.
And Contagion,
And
which I
Contagion.
really like. Contagion.
I really like Contagion, too.
For being a studio release film, I thought it was pretty decent.
Oh,
Is that the
I
one
remember
with.
that one.
Yeah, with,
Is that the one with Matt Damon
And Gwyneth Paltrow.
and
Yeah.
Gwyneth Paltrow?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
There was
Yeah.
another one, and it's got. Hold on.
No, it's not that, Cooper. No,
Is that Cooper?
Yes, she's been told
but he was over in the kitchen barking, and she was standing right there.
she was chasing him.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. There was another one, and it's got Rene Russo and it's about
Tim
the monkey.
Which
What?
one?
Tin Cup.
No, it's about the monkey and the
Lethal Weapon?
Hentavirus.
Oh, Outbreak.
Yes,
Outbreak.
that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's another one that
Yeah.
can be thrown on that list.
Okay.
That was on
Big Bang Theory with Sheldon could also be
God.
thrown on that list.
He's a lot.
Yes.
Is he a germaphobe?
Yes.
He's a germaphobe.
Very much so.
Yes.
I actually think Kane Hodder is a bit of a germaphobe because when we saw him at the Texas Frightmare Weekend show, he had to put gloves on before he would shake anybody's hand or anything like that. Crickets, 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 crickets.
He,
Well,
he's
we have a moment here to discipline children. Sorry.
influx of crickets.
Yes. A whole load
It's
of
less.
crickets.
It's less about a joke not landing. Now, just crickets are attacking.
Yeah. What fear is that?
We definitely have a fear of that
Yeah.
around here. Summertime.
Right. So this is the one that y'all say I have. Monophobia. I'm not afraid of mono.
I am.
I'm afraid of things that aren't in stereo sound.
Yes, exactly. I mean, I don't mind mono. I mean, I record mono in here. We take it home and make it stereo. And I'm not afraid of it. No. Monophobia, the fear of being alone.
So does that mean this podcast is up converted to stereo?
It is.
No.
I know. Been trying to figure out how to make it 5.1, but
You
I thought it would be
get some
weird
DTS.
to have like
This
someone
list,
center channel and someone right and someone left and someone rear. And
This list does not make sense.
this list does not
What
make
does
sense.
Not make sense.
The last one.
Oh, okay. Why?
Is it?
It's Frozen.
You're wrong.
No.
That's
Frozen
right.
is the one about the people stuck on the ski lift.
Okay, I thought
Yes.
you were. I was
No, not Disney's Frozen.
Because I was
No.
thinking, wait a minute, why do we have
Have you
princesses?
not- have you not
That's
seen
the
that
wrong
movie?
Frozen.
Because I've heard "Let It Go" way the hell too many
Have
times.
you not seen that
You don't
movie?
have. You don't
I'm
have
about to
The one about
go.
the three people stuck on the ski lift.
No.
It's got
No.
one of the hobbits in it.
No,
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
That is a solid movie.
It is,
Is it?
yeah.
Okay, I'll
I
have to
love
find
that
it.
movie.
It's a
Um,
nightmare for parents too. Disney Frozen.
Right?
That's a nightmare
I'm
for
just
parents.
saying.
See, when you have
Let it
Disney's
go.
Frozen,
I
you
don't want to
actually-
build a snowman.
You long
I want to
for
watch
being
him
alone.
melt.
You want to be alone when Disney's Frozen comes on because you don't have to hear it.
Well,
That's right.
Elsa wanted to be alone,
That's true.
This is
She
true.
did.
and they wouldn't leave her alone.
One in the list that it mentions, which is not actually a horror movie, but I guess if you're afraid of being alone, then it would work. Castaway,
Yeah,
Tom Hanks.
Yeah,
that could work.
Which then,
What about Home Alone?
I would say that's more of a fear of dying alone on Castaway.
yeah, which is pretty
Kind-
much more what I'm afraid of.
I wonder
Than,
how many people cried whenever that volleyball went into the ocean.
well, so
You should have seen my mom. It was ridiculous.
It's a good thing he didn't have like a different brand than Wilson volleyball.
Yeah. Spalding!
Right? Champion sportswear. Oh.
Walmart brand volleyball.
Well, then it would be Wally.
Best value. Best value.
Dollar General.
But when a stranger calls,
Yeah, that's a classic.
yes,
Carol Kane.
yep. Moon. I have not watched Moon yet.
Moon, Sam Rockwell.
But I heard it's
and
really, really
the
good.
voice of Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, I hear it's done really, really well.
It is a great movie.
Good.
And I haven't seen All Is Lost, so I don't know about that one. It just appeared in the list.
It just seems really pessimistic. I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
What about that one where that guy's like 40-something meters down where he has to cut off his arm?
Oh, 127 hours?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could see that.
That was
mixed up a
awesome.
couple of movies there.
that one.
Oh, well, whatever. I knew it was a
There
number
is
with
a-
something
there is
and
a
he
movie.
cut his hand
That-
off.
There
I
is a
don't
movie,
know.
something. Yeah.
47 meters down is the shark movie, Mom.
Oh, okay, well.
Mandy Moore.
Well, it could also
I'm
play.
afraid of being alone with sharks.
Me too.
That's
that on the
exactly
list?
right. I'm afraid of being alone with sharks.
Yes.
Do you mean you're afraid of sharks? No, it's more the loneliness.
I talked to
you
the
don't
sharks.
have to be the fastest swimmer. You just can't be the slowest one.
I talked to the sharks. They don't talk back. It's very lonely.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I mean, I may have a touch of that. I can't. I'm afraid of the silence that comes with being alone. Like, I have to have.
It's because you're a parent.
I have to have
Silence is
Yeah,
dangerous.
silence is bad.
Yes.
When you're
But,
a parent, silence
you know,
is
like,
dangerous.
Whenever
Yeah.
there's complete silence, my ears ring.
Yes.
And I have to have some type of noise,
If
or
I
my
don't-
ears ring.
If I
And
don't
so-
have noise, like background noise, it's like I have ADD. I'm like all over the place. I'm like,
Yeah, it's both like it's almost like a vacuum. Like my ears start to hurt.
Yes.
Like, it's weird.
it is.
My-
So I
It's-
don't know if that's more of like being alone or if that's a
There probably is silent. It's
Yeah.
silent. It probably is on the other list.
Yeah.
Maybe.
yeah. I don't
maybe.
know if that's a silence thing or being alone.
It could
or-
be a silence thing.
Yeah.
It took me a lot of getting used to whenever she was studying.
I think it's just
and
a
she
silence
always
thing.
had to have like a movie on in the background when
Right.
she was studying for tests and stuff. I'm like, I couldn't do that.
No.
Right.
The closest I've come to is I wrote a term paper while my mom was watching Brokeback Mountain at one point. Somehow I did actually, I do remember the movie, even though I was writing like a really comprehensive, like 10-page paper in the middle of it.
It really does
funny.
help. I watched Harry Potter so many times in college because that was my study movies, like the first 4 of them, and just let them play. And then I'd switch to Indiana Jones, and then I'd switch to Lord of the Rings, and then I'd cycle back. So
Those
I
bonds.
do that when
you're
I
such a
read.
baby.
Like if
Really?
I'm reading a novel, yeah, I can honestly say that System of a Down is a great one.
yes,
Because I can hear those songs and it takes me back to the exact spot in the book where that was playing.
right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like a movie in my head with the music. I don't.
So you're sitting there in the exam room. The toxicity of our city. See,
Yeah, in my head. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I-
just
I like-
how
I
I
like-
work, I guess.
When I would take the test, I would like sing the songs I wanted to hear in my head, you know, to like keep their like being noise in my head. Yeah, it's important.
There's
She's going to be one of those in the old folks'
there's a-
home that one of those songs will play and she'll be like, "See." What is C? She keeps saying C.
Constantinople.
There's
Charles
a
the
couple
Bald.
There's a couple of movies that I just absolutely cannot watch because of certain memories that are tied to them. Like, it's not the movie itself, but it's like certain memories were tied to them because it was playing at a certain time of.
Yes.
Katie and
It's-
I both have terrible dates tied to Pixar movies that the other ones like.
Yep.
So
Oh.
we don't watch Incredibles much because of a terrible date I had, and we don't watch Ratatouille much because of a terrible date she had.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, Tim and I were trying to have a baby, and we couldn't get pregnant, and we went and did IVF treatments, and it's really an intrusive, painful thing.
Very
and
much so.
It costs a lot of money. And we, whenever you go, they have the little TVs like at a doctor's office or hospital. And every time we went, they had National Treasure playing on the TV. So to this day, I still cannot watch National Treasure without bringing back those memories.
It's a great
of,
movie, but I can't watch it because of those memories.
You can
Yeah.
have post-traumatic stress every
I
time
do.
someone says they want to steal the Declaration of
I
Independence.
do. I cannot watch that movie. I can't.
My family watches it constantly. Like we
Was
even
it
have
the
to
first
watch
one
it.
or the
And it's a
second one?
great movie. It's a
Yeah.
great movie, but it's just tied to that memory for
Yeah,
some
it was
reason.
that and Sahara were the ones my family loved to watch. So
The fear of science is sedatophobia.
science,
Silence.
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 I did not enunciate very well. Sorry.
That's okay.
Fair
Tripping my
size.
words.
Sound of silence.
Yeah.
The Sound of Science?
Yes.
That scares me.
That's a decent movie.
I think your dog is afraid of microphones because every time I put it in her face, she stops.
Well, she just licked
Keep it in
Heather,
her
so-
face, please. She's breathing her very hot breath on my neck.
All right.
Lick, lick, lick.
You're gonna have some germs on this microphone here. Hope
There's
nobody puts it in their
there's
mouth.
Something on these microphones, Mike.
Oh, I
There's
don't
something
use
on
that
your
one.
mic,
So
Mike.
I don't use that
Nope,
one.
nope, it didn't last.
No, it didn't last.
Let's talk about hemophobia. Not to be mistaken with hemophilia.
Yes.
Yes.
Which is the fear of blood.
Yes.
Actually,
Which
it
I mean,
is-
hemophilia would be like the
But,
anti of that one.
But I
so.
was about to say, hemophiliac is someone that bleeds profusely whenever it cut
Yeah.
too. So
Yeah.
So they're like
Right,
I
the
hate that-
nemesis.
I hate those classifications for hemophilia and hydrophobia. It's
Yeah.
like it's not necessarily the fear of water if it's about rabies.
What
Right.
if you have hemophobia and you're
Hemophiliac?
hemophiliac?
You're screwed.
Yeah. You're scared of
Yeah.
yourself.
most
scared of yourself.
hemophiliacs do because if they start bleeding, they
They
don't
can't stop.
Yeah.
And it could kill them.
Yeah.
True. This mentions 1982's The Thing.
I've seen that movie several times.
Oh,
I'm
I
trying
have
to
too.
figure out why this movie's listed here.
Yeah.
Well, every time the creature kind of explodes, he kind
Yeah,
of
I mean, it's
explodes
bloody,
in blood. but
sure, but I mean, you can use anything for that.
It's true. It's true.
Tucker and Dale.
I agree with the Shining.
Yeah, they also
Shining.
they mentioned Shining.
The elevator of blood.
Yes.
That's odd. The blood usually gets off on the second floor.
Or Carrie. Carrie's a good.
Carrie's a good one.
for this list.
Hostel Part 2,
Why Hostel Part 2?
because Part 1 didn't have enough blood.
Probably.
Okay.
Disagree. Disagree.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't
still
know.
stand
maybe
by
because
Tucker
they
and
used
Dale.
maybe because they used Hostel earlier. They wanted to move into the franchise more.
I think Raw's pretty good and pretty good for this category.
Yes, definitely.
Raw.
Now. Yeah.
There's a lot of. I mean, she stepped away from the mic for a moment, but if you ask my wife how many pints of blood are in a human body, she'll tell you 1,000.
It depends on which movie you're watching.
It's true. It's true. Most horror movies, you're going to get a decent amount of blood.
Yeah.
So I don't know why these were particular.
Cooper.
Well, I can see Carrie and I can see The Shining because the blood dumped on her during the prom.
Yeah. Well, the shower scene.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
plug it up.
Plug it up.
Katie just got to see that like
first time.
a few weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah.
The original or the remake?
The original.
Original.
I haven't seen a remake.
The
I
remake
have.
is actually not
It's
bad.
not bad.
I heard it's pretty good.
It's not bad. The ending's a little closer to the book, but I don't know if you absolutely needed the asteroids coming to Earth and stuff.
Oh yeah. Okay. And we move on, moving on up. Cynophobia.
Fear of dogs.
We don't have that here.
We do
Yep.
not have that.
Yep.
Cannot be in that house right now.
No.
This house right now.
Oh, I actually have a funny story about this. This past week, I was on a delivery with one of the guys we work with who has a bad fear of dogs.
Okay.
His name's Darren.
Oh, really?
Calling him
I
out.
did not know that.
Yep.
Call them
Yes,
out.
I'm calling him out.
Calling him out.
Social security number.
Definitely doesn't need to come to family dinner.
We go up across, and you can hear the dogs barking when we pull up.
Yeah.
And he didn't notice the dog door that's in the front door. And about 9 dogs come running out of that.
9?
Yes, 9. And they're all rescue dogs.
Oh, so they're all different.
Yes.
Big dogs, little dogs.
One of them
It's like,
was a really, really big half Rottweiler, half pit bull.
oh, so it's like clowns in a clown car.
Yes.
Oh.
I mean, everything from a little teacup chihuahua to this half Rottweiler, half pit bull. And everything
Wow.
all come out of the door barking and screaming. And so he jumps off the ground into the back of the truck.
Okay.
He's got Cujo right there.
Which is here. Cujo.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it. That is
What?
that is one of the few movies that the reputation does not actually follow what the movie actually is.
True.
Because if you're like, oh, that movie about the scary dog, and then you
No.
watch it and you're like,
It's the movie about the
what-
dog with rabies.
how does this dog even relate? Like it takes a while for you to get to the point where the dog relates to that plot.
Yeah.
I would
It-
also consider The Sandlot.
The Sandlot. Okay.
Forever.
Hercules.
Forever.
Man's Best Friend.
I remember that with Lance Henriksen.
Ali Sheedy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the dog's name is Max.
Yes.
Featured them trying to make a creepy cover of How Much Is That Doggy in the Window on
Yeah,
the trailers.
yeah.
I remember that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It also mentions The Pack, which I haven't seen that one.
No mention of the gray.
No.
What about the Pet Cemetery?
Yeah, because, well,
Well,
it's
there was no dog
Yeah.
there.
Well, I mean,
There was the
you're-
second
you're
one.
talking about Judd's dog from like the flashback.
Maybe.
no, in the
Pet
second
Sematary
one. Pet
2.
Cemetery 2,
Oh, Pet
there's
Sematary
a dog.
2.
Oh.
Yeah, the one with Clint.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't watch very many of them with animals in it just because I don't like seeing the animals hurt.
It's a cat primarily
And
in
one.
Pet Cemetery, but there is like a flashback about a dog.
And a
Red
gauge.
Wing.
But Pet Cemetery 2 is mostly about the dog.
But
Yeah.
yes, yeah, they have a dog that's brought back in that one.
Oh, here's one that Heather got over.
Yes.
Colorophobia.
Yes. That would be the fear of clowns.
You got over it?
Yeah, it's
How,
it
how
does
did you get over it?
It's not nearly as bad as it used to be.
No, it's really not. Being I don't know, like it all stemmed from it. And
Pennywise.
honestly, I refused to watch that movie since I was young because it terrified me, and I would have like dreams of the shower sequence. Like
She still can't.
I still can't be in the
Now
bathroom
it's
in a
like
public.
and now it's like your bookkeeping movie at work.
It is. It really is. And so, like, I told Mike one day, I said, hey, can I borrow it? And he's like, wait, what? You want to watch it after knowing I could not watch this movie? I'm like, yes, I want to watch it. He's like, okay. So he comes over and we put it on. And I'm like, what the hell was I scared of? It didn't bother me. It was
No.
like I watched it. That's like today. But we'll get to that in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Watching a movie that I couldn't get through, and I got through it today.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, the first half of it is pretty bad if you got a thing about clowns. But if you progress through the second half of that miniseries,
There's not
it
that
kind of
much.
kills all the tension.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the time you got there, you're
Yeah.
like, okay.
Yeah. I would say the only way you would be scared of the new one is if you hate rabbit teeth.
My dog
I
didn't
liked
like
the
that.
new one.
Huh?
I liked the new one.
It was decent for what it was.
It was enjoyable.
Had there not been an original miniseries in the 90s, I probably would have enjoyed it a little more.
They're different beasts.
They are. And it's funny because both the miniseries and the new one do not follow the book very closely.
Nope.
There's a lot that's left out that should be in there. That's
I have a
There's a
feeling
lot that's left out that
I have a
shouldn't
feeling
be
the
in there.
explanation. I have the feeling the explanation and like the Vision Quest stuff from the part 1 in the book are probably going to make it to part 2 of this new movie.
Yeah.
which kind of makes sense.
yeah,
Because,
yeah,
like,
but
they want you to be afraid of Pennywise for as long as they can be before saying, "All right, guess what? He's from a parallel alien dimension." And
Yeah.
it goes-
well, and I will champion the old one and the new one. of leaving the scene out that we all know what it is.
Yeah.
Because it would be a totally different rated movie.
Yes.
And that
And
didn't
anybody
make
who watched it would be arrested.
Yeah.
Because it would be child pornography. We don't
Yeah.
need any of that.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not. But yeah, so clowns they really don't bother me anymore. And I know it's
She's
weird
still
'cause I
afraid
was
of the cotton candy gun stuff.
I want a cotton candy gun. So
Well,
if
and then
y'all,
you started watching some of the other clown movies, you know,
Yeah.
like
yeah, Cloyne,
Coin and
Killer Clowns from Outer Space,
right. And I think
Stitches.
that by
Stitches.
just exposing yourself to more of that helped you as well. It wasn't just it.
You've
it
deadened
was
your fears.
Yeah, I have deadened my fears. I did, and that was before I watched it, and so that's when I was still really kind of afraid. And it was when
Yeah,
it was
'cause y'all did.
it was American Horror Story,
we helped with a local
Haunted
project
house.
graduation haunted house.
and
what was a clown? I can't remember.
Pennywise.
No.
no, it was
No, Twisty.
Twisty the clown.
Twisty the
Yeah.
clown.
from American Horror
And
Story.
Of course, I'm like, you know what? I got to work on this fear. I'll do Twisty, and I did, and
It turned out really good.
yeah. For someone who does not know how to apply makeup properly, so it was okay. I mean,
Yeah.
I did it, but yeah. So the clowns just seems like it's one that's kind of an easier one to get over. And there's one on this list that is. There's one not on this list that I'll get into in a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about claustrophobia? That's a pretty common one.
You know, I don't have claustrophobia.
That is me in an extreme.
Me,
so-
it has to depend on the circumstance. Most of the time, doesn't bother me at all. Then there are occasions where I just feel trapped, but yet I'm not really trapped, and I feel very claustrophobic. It's very weird.
I don't necessarily have claustrophobia, like small spaces, but I have a fear of being in large groups of people that I don't know any of.
Right.
Oh, well, yeah,
Mhm. That's there's another one on the big list. There was a name for it. I don't remember what it
it's
is.
called.
yeah.
But it makes me feel like I'm confined.
Mhm.
Just
It
makes my skin crawl.
So like I have an issue with water, but I really think that really comes down to severe claustrophobia
Okay.
because being underwater is the epitome of being boxed in.
Like
You can't breathe. You're surrounded by something, and you're trapped.
Her fear really, really extends to underwater tunnels and like glass bottom boats and stuff
Being
like that.
in a boat.
Oh, okay.
Like,
So,
like
Deep Blue Sea.
We go to the Dallas World Aquarium, which has a shark tunnel.
Right.
I
Yeah.
have to put
And-
my head in his back.
Yeah, she puts her
And-
head down, puts both hands on my shoulders, and I have to walk forward
Huh.
until I get out of it.
Yeah. But like when I was a kid, so the number one movie that gave me nightmares as a child was Titanic because of the boat sinking. And I read a lot about the Titanic growing up, and they had the airtight rooms.
Right.
And my imagination kind of ran away with that idea that people were stuck in the airtight rooms
Yeah.
as the boat sank.
Right.
So I had the recurring nightmare about being in that, and
So they were
with
stuck
people I
in
didn't
there
with people I
till
didn't
they ran out
know,
of options.
and then
Yeah.
we ate people, and it was awful. It was the scariest thing I've ever
Right.
had to deal with. It was
Um,
months of that.
Well, they mentioned The Descent as one of them,
Yes.
which there are some areas in that film in those very tight.
Tight,
Closed.
tight cave corridors
Yeah.
and everything like that.
I
Yeah.
have been spelunking though, and it was scary, but it was fun. So,
Yeah, those are beautiful caves.
Um,
oh, that's not the one I was talking about. But
Yeah.
one that they don't mention on here that I probably would have added is, and it may not fall under this, it may fall under something else, but Serpent in the Rainbow, where he gets
Yeah.
buried in the coffin.
Mhm.
Now that may be something completely different, of fear of being buried
Fear of
alive,
being buried
but
alive.
right,
I would find it very
Well,
claustrophobic
they
too.
They
being
use the film Buried to
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't say Kill Bill Part 2
Yeah.
because the scene
was
where
in
the scene where she gets buried alive by the
Oh, right.
by Bud.
yeah.
Yeah.
The fear of being buried alive is taphanophobia.
Okay.
there you go.
That's why I said I didn't know. I would feel that it would be claustrophobia mixed with
Right.
the other one because you got the
as
two.
personal example, Katie.
Mm-hmm.
We watched the 70s Tales from the Crypt movie yesterday.
The 70s.
Yes, the British one from
Mm-hmm.
Amicus.
I don't think I've seen that one. First one I remember
It's
is
so
Demon
worth
Knight.
it. You need to see it.
It's great, but so the final story involves a terrible, terrible man who took over a home for the blind.
Is it an anthology?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's why.
Yeah.
And,
It's a movie, but it's 4 or 5.
An anthology, yes.
Yeah, 10 to 15 minute stories.
Okay.
So
That's why I haven't seen it.
So the final story involves a military man who takes over a home for the blind, and
decides to economize it.
yes,
Okay.
so people freeze to death, people are starving and everything like that, and they finally have enough. And the only thing that he brings in is his German Shepherd, and,
Huge
his
German Shepherd.
in his military attitude. He ends up getting locked in a room down in the basement. The dog's in another room, not getting fed. And all they can hear is a whole bunch of building noise. He gets out, and he's greeted by this wooden corridor that they've erected around him. As whenever he turns a corner, he's kind of like in darkness, and he
Slices his hand.
Yeah, he brushes up against the wall, and they hit the lights, and they've dug razor blades into this really tight corridor.
When they say tight, it's like this wide.
Wow, okay.
So he's having to slip through it.
He slips through it, gets to the end, and then there's a string on a door. They let the dog out, and then he has to turn around and go
And run.
through
Yeah.
and then they hit the lights on him.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
So
That
how
sounds
did
pretty cool.
you deal with the ending to that if you have
Oh, it was.
claustrophobia?
Oh, it was. Oh. Yeah. Well, I watched a friend get stuck in a tunnel one time whenever we went spelunking. And that was, I had a meltdown while she was having a meltdown. So,
I mean, you could almost think that being in a movie theater could bring claustrophobia if it's too crowded.
yes.
You know, like when we went to see the new It.
Yeah.
It was very crowded.
Yeah.
Typically, you'll get that more in family films, though.
You
Yeah.
want to
Opening weekend family films where you're just
Yeah.
crowded.
you want to tell them about our trip to see Frozen?
That's not a fear. That's not claustrophobia.
Oh, it was because it made me angry. Like,
That's a fear of college students.
yeah, that's part of it. Because they kept
Fair
going.
co-heads?
Yeah, there was a girl who shrieked awe every time there was something cute on screen during
So-
Frozen.
Goodness.
So
That's a
started-
fear of
Every
shrieking.
time.
So I got very angry and started loudly threatening to plant a bomb. So
Okay.
yeah, it freaks
did.
people out and they leave me alone.
She did.
okay.
It was a couple.
That would have been so much fun to watch. I'm just saying.
She did. I think it was within the year after that shooting had happened at Dark
Yep.
Knight Rises.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so
It wasn't exactly in good
So I
taste.
was like,
Okay.
I was
my
trying to
ever in
be
good taste?
the respective person and don't do it. And
Shut
he's like,
your
screw
mouth."
this.
Yes.
That'd be so much fun to watch.
People are the number one things that make me angry. So right?
Yeah, there you
I'm
go.
just saying.
I thought you were actually going with the next one on the list.
Oh.
With aquaphobia.
Oh no, I feel like it's tied in, like because it really is feeling enclosed.
Right.
You know. But I do have that too.
The fear of water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
the boat floats, it makes me sick, and I can't stand up. So,
So if the boat sinks, you're okay.
if I'm in the water, I'm fine.
basically no
Not
boats.
under it. Just no boats. Don't make me float. Like, floating is bad.
Floating docks are
But
terrible.
we all float
Oh
down
my
we
here.
all float
I
down.
was just going to say that.
I went to go fishing one time and walked onto a floating dock. Got onto like the bridgeway onto it. It bobbed and I went to my knees. I was holding my fishing rod like this, and my friend had to escort me off because I couldn't walk on my own. Like,
So
I
there-
could just see that. What is she doing? She's praying.
well, I was
Don't get her.
I was at a
There's a-
Christian summer project thing where we went and lived in Branson for a
Oh,
summer,
there you
so
go.
I could have passed it off. But
there's a seafood restaurant nearby that we nearly went to, but it's on a boat, and I was like, Well, I was like, it's on the water, but there are posts in it, so it's not like it rocks. And she's like, okay. And then I thought about it for a second. I'm like, it's got a floating dock to get to the door, though.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have said
And the
anything.
boat, the boat still rocks, too.
But here's how accommodating she is. She said, well, we can go. I'm just going to crawl on my hands and knees until I get to the door, though. I was like,
As long as you're okay with that, that's fine.
I think a
Well, that's
piggyback
not-
ride would be a little easier.
I know, right?
I might vomit. So.
Yeah.
Wear a rain slicker, Paul.
That's funny.
Paul is such a trooper.
Yes. Oh my gosh. If the last
It's like
9
the
months
Boy
haven't proved
Scout
that.
marriage.
You know, I think Heather may have a little of the whatever that one
Yes,
is we're talking
she
about
does.
now because
Yeah.
she won't
So,
go
okay,
into the
so-
ocean.
okay, wait.
Or
Because
in
that's a
water she
totally
can't
different.
see.
That's a totally different fear.
Okay.
because
No.
That is
The
still
one
water.
Yes,
Your
it is
thing is
water.
what's
no,
in it, right?
Yes, my thing is it's galeophobia, which is the fear of sharks being in the ocean.
No,
Which-
but you're
or
not
in
just,
swimming
it's not
pools.
just-
It's not just sharks. It's not, but it's
fish.
fish in
It's
general. Like I
anything.
can't be in the water with critters. No.
You don't want things
Yeah,
nibbling
you
on
go
while you're
swimming with your son.
Yeah, but that's different. Like in a pool, like a swimming pool,
Uh-huh.
it doesn't bother me because I can see the bottom,
There's
and
no
there's no
animals
animals
in
in
there.
there.
okay.
I just-
okay.
So if you're like in a stock pond or a
No.
lake, whenever you
No.
No,
it's all
she's
fine.
all
like,
no.
She won't.
Yeah, I
No.
so get that.
She
like,
won't swim in a lake, and she won't. There are no sharks in a lake.
No, but there are fish.
Yes, but there's sharks
Okay.
in the
to golf
snow.
whenever it was crystal blue and full of toxins.
I know, right? It would be amazing.
You
But,
could have had
I'm a little,
superpowers.
I'm a little nervous because we leave Friday for the beach,
Oh,
and
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it's
I'm
supposed
just
to be
saying.
muddy again.
yeah.
that's okay. No, that's not what I'm worried about. That is
No,
the
crystal
last
clear is
thing
actually
on my
better.
mind.
Because it's actually clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
All the toxins are
Muddy is
out.
clean.
yeah, no. I totally have. Yeah, clear water doesn't
I
matter.
asked my youngest if she'd go swimming in the ocean with me, and she said no. I said, why not? She said, there's sharks in there.
Yeah, I'm with you, baby girl. I'm
I
with you.
feel like there's sharks in the rivers too. So
Yeah, there really
Yeah.
are, and then that right there, and before river monsters was a thing, and before I've always been that way. Even when I was a kid, like we would go camping.
So no
on a
noodling
river.
for you?
You're funny. No, I can't even touch a fish. I have to use a towel. Ask my husband. I have to use a towel to touch a fish.
Okay.
It's weird.
So what was it like when you had to clean that tank that you had here?
I couldn't get the fish out.
Okay,
Chad had to do it.
that was a pretty big goldfish.
Chad
Oh
must have
my
been doing a
gosh,
lot of
yes.
cleaning that one night we had a fish fry.
Well, no. They're dead. They were dead when I cleaned
She's
the
okay
fish.
with
They were
dead
dead.
fish.
They
Oh,
were
dead
dead.
fish you can catch.
No,
okay.
they're alive. I can't do
If
live.
they wiggle, then you got a
Lobster?
problem. Okay.
I don't like lobster, and I've cooked it, yes, but I don't like it, so I don't have to do it very often.
Lobster's
I had to do it in
delicious.
culinary school, but
Okay.
yeah, so
Good thing you're not on
that's shellfish. It's different.
What were we watching? We were watching some cooking show where they were preparing lobster and they dissected it alive.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
I was like,
Was that
You're supposed
MasterChef?
to kill them and then
it was
I was gonna say,
definitely
it's a good
alive,
thing.
and they were just showing how to segment properly, and that knife went in, and I'm like,
Well, the
unless
other
there was
part-
a hard cut, that thing was just moving before that
Well-
knife went through.
Well, and the other
Oh,
thing
yeah,
about
that's-
lobsters is in order to keep them looking like lobsters, because lobsters, and when they're cooked, they curl up.
yeah.
You have to impale them with
Right.
a wooden skewer
Mm-hmm.
from back to front
Yeah.
while they are alive.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. So a little cannibal
Little
holocaust up in
sadistic,
there.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
just so you know.
So play the love theme from Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah. There you go.
That movie is a whole lot of nope. That is a whole lot of nope right there. Chris and I watched that together. That's a whole lot of nope.
Yeah, I'm
Sorry,
sorry.
feels in all the wrong ways.
Okay, so moving on to what most of the women here have, arachnophobia.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like spiders,
No.
but I'm not scared of them.
Right. I'm not terrified.
You're not
I mean-
scared of them?
but-
No,
No.
well, I mean,
You
I don't
couldn't
like
even
them.
you couldn't even make it halfway through his fear thing.
No.
Chris is definitely afraid of spiders,
Oh,
and she
yeah.
doesn't want to admit it.
not
you know,
afraid
she,
of them.
You said jumping
Okay,
spiders. bother you
terrified.
terribly.
Terrified. No, she's not. She's not afraid of them. She's terrified of them.
I am not terrified of spiders.
Okay.
I've had spiders.
Okay.
I've had them crawl on me.
She froze one.
Freak me out.
So the next time I have to kill a giant black widow, you're coming to do it.
Sure.
I
and
say
you
the same
go
thing
run the
about
store.
clowns, and she's like, nope.
Aren't they kind of small?
No,
normally.
they are not. No,
Not
Except
always.
at Heather's house, and then
They, I don't know why things at my house grow so large.
It just like radioactive
normally
stuff
black
beneath your
Maybe.
house.
widows only get
Maybe.
about this big for the body.
Oh yeah,
the
no.
ones here
Are like
this.
twice the size
Yeah.
of regular
Yeah.
ones.
There's something in the water in Dublin.
I seriously am not
Yeah.
afraid of spiders. I just do not like them in my house.
You couldn't even handle the half of the VR.
I see Chris with the body spray spraying it, you know, and,
She's like,
and
"Now
now
you
its name
smell
is
good."
Cinnamon, and she's a stripper. Yeah, I can just see her in there spraying it with glitter, and you know, don't mind her. That's Cinnamon. She's our stripper spider,
She's paying rent right now.
right?
Let her
She got
work.
micro curlers in the wolf spider.
Oh my God, that's awesome. We need that, Chris. You need to make us one of those. That would be amazing.
And then we had the clown spider.
Oh yes, the clown
Oh,
spider.
yes. So in her ingeniousness, she sends me a picture of a clown spider and goes, "Look, it's your worst fear." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay."
Yeah. So
I will tell you right now, I have a fear of crunchy bugs.
crunchy bugs.
Okay.
Anything
Like
that has
cockroaches
anything that has a hard shell on the outside.
Crickets?
Cockroaches.
Cockroaches, anything that crunches when you step on it. Like
Crickets?
I don't
Ugh.
mind June
Grasshoppers?
bugs.
June
Like
bugs?
June bugs hit me, and I'm like,
Yes.
and I dust them off, whatever. You know, like it's no big deal.
And then you step
but
on
if
one.
I
You step
step
on
on one, I will freak out.
I don't like to get
Like,
it in my hair.
it's the
Like,
crunchy noise, though.
It's the
Well, they're
crunch.
sticky, too.
yeah.
It's the crunching sound
too.
that
Yeah.
when you step on them, they crunch, and that is what I cannot stand. Like spiders, when you step on them, they crunch. Like it's something about the crunchy bugs, and I consider spiders crunchy bugs. So
So you're-
therefore,
so-
I'm
so
would it be
scared of
better-
spiders.
Would it be better if they crunched them in your mouth rather than under your
Oh, I was
feet?
just fixing to
No,
say.
no, no,
so you know, think,
We could get you some.
yeah, but
I can't
Has-
smack
has
them.
anybody
High protein, though.
has
Yes.
anybody here eaten bugs?
I have.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Think
We had
nuts
to in
and
my-
chew is kind of
Yes.
what it's like to eat a bug.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Get you some chocolate covered grasshopper.
I,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep,
Caramel
I
covered
can't do
grasshopper.
anything. Okay.
And maggots.
Oh, because we're talking about the fear of spiders.
Mhm.
In another state, in North Carolina, you can actually order your burger with a tarantula on it. A farm-raised food tarantula.
Okay.
Farted on the mic.
Yes, I did.
Why? Why?
I don't know, because apparently, you know, it's not weird enough to, you know, live in North Carolina or South Carolina, whichever, and you're just going to eat those tarantulas. And they're farm-raised for that. Who the hell decides, you know what I'm going to be when I grow up? I'm going to farm tarantulas for eating.
I'm going to be a tarantula farmer.
I think I want to eat that spider.
I know, right?
Okay, I could understand
tarantulas are
eating a
delicacies.
spider if,
No.
like,
No.
it's nourishment and it's the last thing
It's a
that you can find.
It's a pretty,
Yeah,
it's
if
a
I
pretty,
had.
Yeah, but it's North
it's a pretty
Carolina.
hairy selection to eat too.
Right,
Right.
right. I mean, there are other bugs you can eat: crickets and grasshoppers and ants and
It's
Oh
North
my.
Carolina.
You know,
There's
I mean,
other stuff you could eat.
squirrels.
But don't
They
they?
can eat the squirrels.
Don't they
So,
have
you
a?
know.
The people that answered that they've eaten bugs, what type of bugs were they?
I've had
I've-
grasshoppers,
Uh-huh.
Ants,
ants,
Okay.
worms.
Mealworms?
worms,
Yeah.
I've had
Worms.
those too.
snails.
Yeah, snails.
Yeah,
snails are
snails.
well, I guess
Escargot.
snails aren't really
Frogs.
an insect though.
I've also
No.
had
Um,
scorpion.
Yeah, I've had
Yeah.
scorpion too.
I've drank
I've had
drink
scorpion.
with scorpion in it.
I had
I didn't eat a scorpion
they
though.
were, like when we were living in San Marcos, they had tequila pops and they had
Mhm,
like
the
scorpions
scorpion
in the
inside
middle of
them.
it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But
And I've had a couple spiders.
yeah,
so.
that's like nuts and chew. That's what. That's kind of what bugs are.
Mhm.
If you close your eyes and they're chocolate covered, just
I
It'd be
still
like
don't think I
eating-
could do a cockroach though.
no, because cockroaches are disgusting and they carry germs. And
Well, it depends on what type it is.
I don't care. I don't care. Nope.
Maybe
Nope.
it's a Madagascar type. Those are actually pretty clean.
No, thank you.
No, those
No.
are massive.
They're the huge ones, though. They will have a crunch, Monica.
Yes.
And lots of goo.
That'd be crunchy and gooey.
As a matter of fact, I think they used those on one episode of Fear Factor.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
They've used
They're like
those
this
on
big.
hundreds.
So
They've used those on almost every episode of
Right.
I am really thinking I'm going to slip Monica a chocolate covered bug
The best
on
one.
vacation.
You are so
Put it in the
cruel.
cookies.
Ooh, chocolate chip mealyworm cookies.
She'll be like, "This is a satisfying crunch this cookie has."
Well, the best
you
one-
want to know why?
Oh, hell no. I don't tell her when I put things in
That's
food.
why I can't That's why I can't kill bugs. Like
I don't
it's
tell
not
her.
the killing
You
of the
can-
bug. It's the crunch that it makes.
You can chase down a bird.
I
You can chase down
birds.
a lizard
I
that looks
can-
like something that
yes.
came out of the Jurassic
I
Age.
can. They don't
You cannot
crunch.
pick up a cricket.
They don't
exactly.
crunch.
So maybe it's the fear of crunching she has, not so much
It's something
the
about the
insect.
crunchy bug.
Let's ask my
Do you
youngest
have a
if she wants to
problem
eat a
walking
bug.
in snow?
No.
Would you eat a
Different
bug?
kind of crunch.
I don't know. This is Texas.
I have a theory about that actually, because like I don't mind crunching a bug, right, and stepping on it, whatever. But I can't do that to like the little geckos that run around all
Oh
over the place.
no!
They scare the hell out of me. I hate it whenever they.
Okay.
I had one run up my shorts one time, so like, yeah.
yeah.
So like,
It's all
not a fan.
goosebumps.
But I think it's because the crunchier it is, the more it feels like bone and like life.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
You know what I
and
mean?
Monica.
Like,
Yeah.
Well, and Monica has to chase down 74 lizards a day in her house because her mama cat likes to bring them in. And I'm not talking little geckos. We're talking like giant,
Yeah.
like iguanas.
Oh, she's
They're
trying
still
to
geckos,
feed
but they're like
you.
4 feet long.
But geckos wouldn't be crunchy. Geckos are very squishy.
Ew.
Very
They would
soft
be
texture.
squishing slime. Ugh.
So,
I would
no,
have
no.
much more of a problem with that than I would with.
Yeah, no, we don't squish. We don't squish
Yeah.
lizards.
no.
yeah.
My mom always did. She just step on them. I'm like, I don't know what to do with that. Like,
As
No,
as
we don't.
someone-
We don't kill them. We
As
just
someone who
take
had
them outside.
reptiles as pets growing up, that makes me sad.
No,
still-
I don't,
I
I don't
still
kill them. I
think-
just
I
take them
s-
outside.
I really,
Spiders, yes.
I still
but
think the-
crickets. No, we capture them.
I can't do
oh
crickets.
no, crickets.
I will
only
hunt a
kill
cricket
crickets.
down.
Yeah.
If a
it's
cricket's in my
bad.
house, it doesn't
Oh,
matter.
well, we're not Asian. Like, that's
I
not
don't
an
know
issue
why your
with
back's all messed
Anglos.
up. It's because you've been killing all the crickets.
I don't do it. My mom does it because she's terrified of them.
Well, because they just because crickets are they just when you look at them they're gross. Like
Right.
they're dirty.
And they smell.
They're dirty.
And
They don't smell.
Yes,
they
they
smell.
do.
do.
They smell when they die.
yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if a cricket
They
gets in my
die
house,
and moist.
if a cricket gets in my house, you can ask my husband. I will spend an hour and I will hunt that son of a bitch down.
Yep.
I mean,
Where
it
there's
is.
one, there's about 5,000 of them.
Yeah, no, I
Oh.
They
cannot
die, they
handle.
stink.
Yeah.
I can't handle
My
it.
mom was the same way. She's always been that way. Whenever she was pregnant with me, she was in the bathtub and like it was very hot, and she's enjoying the bathtub. And there's a cricket up in the corner of the bathroom. I don't know how it's standing in the corner. Anyway, so she calls my dad to come get it, so she didn't have to get out of the bathtub. He brings the cat in.
Oh yes,
get it.
I remember this story.
Yeah.
I remember this
Yeah.
story.
Yeah, so it's been even worse after that. Like,
I had something kind of like that happen with a spider in the bathtub. Well, actually, it wasn't in the bathtub. It was kind of above the toilet. My husband almost fell in the toilet. He swatted it, and I screamed.
Mom was making toast one time, and she got scared of a cricket that was in the toaster. Got a little too hot for the cricket.
oh,
Jumped right out on her.
Toasted
Scared the
crickets.
crap out of her.
Delicious.
Very crunchy.
Crunchy. Ugh.
Munchies, crunchies.
Okay, so now
Moving on.
now that we've done below the ocean, or under the
Yes.
water,
And
on
above
the
it.
land, we're now going above the everything, and
Uh-huh.
aerophobia, the
Uh-huh.
fear of flying.
Oh, not flying.
Oh no, I'm not afraid to fly. I'm afraid of heights.
Yeah, heights. You don't like flying either.
I don't.
I love
It's
flying.
one of those
My girls
thrills
love
that I
flying, too.
love.
Do you like going on an airplane?
I've watched.
Yes.
I've watched and have been told about too many like specials about like all the way that commercial airliners cut costs. Mm-hmm. And so it's just like it's one of those things that as they've figured out how to skew the numbers as they've gone along, now it's like, okay,
Just get on the
The
plane, get
act
your
of-
seat,
the
pray to
act
God,
of
get
flying, The act of flying doesn't bother me, but human involvement in flying does.
I could see that. Yeah.
See, the flying doesn't bother me. It's the sudden stop at the end.
Yeah.
Right?
I would do some more. I would do more
Yeah.
flying, but I was told no capes. So
My fear of flying stems from the fact that I saw we were getting on the plane coming back from Texas, and the engine caught fire, and it was right where we were sitting, and so it was just one of those things. It caught fire, and my mom just very calmly closed the window. So I'm like, okay, so we're going to get off the plane. I'm sitting there freaking out. Worse.
Well,
So
they didn't drop the oxygen bags to get you high.
no.
And the thing with me is that I'm not afraid of flying in an airplane, but don't you dare put me in a sky coaster. That shit ain't happening.
No.
I thought we were gonna walk.
One and done.
I thought we'd walk across the glass bridge in China.
No.
I'm
No.
totally down for that.
I'll do it.
Hell, no, I can't do it. My vertigo's too bad. I
Yeah,
can't.
that would be an
I can't
issue.
do. I can't do. No. Mm-mm.
What about the roller
Rather not
coasters
go
that are on
do
top
something
of
else.
the...
No.
Oh wait, don't they have a roller coaster?
Yes, at the Stratosphere.
Yes.
No.
Nope, we're good. Heather and I'll go do something else.
I'll go with you.
We'll go.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
But the thing is that, but the,
Oh, where was it? I saw somewhere else they have like
They have a glass pool.
The gla-
and
yeah,
oh
the
they-
yeah,
infinity pool.
the
Yeah.
infinity
They've
pool.
got
No.
the
No.
elevator.
No.
Yeah,
no.
well, things
Paul,
are-
I'm with you.
No, but I've seen a place where they have like sky hammocks.
No.
Like you go out and it's
No.
like
No.
up
Oh
high.
yes.
and-
Nope.
Oh yes.
Nope.
I would totally do it.
No.
Okay.
But
Couldn't
see,
do
that's
that.
not a
But see,
fear
the-
of flying. I think that's a fear of heights.
Well,
Right.
and that's
Which
what
is our next one.
Which is our next one.
We
Acrophobia.
can talk about both of them.
Yeah.
I mean, acrophobia is tied into the fear of flying.
Right.
I am terribly afraid of heights.
Me too.
We.
But you did quite well with the VR.
I did with the VR because I was sitting on the floor.
Right.
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 My ass was not in the air.
Just like
If
lay-
you
you
did-
you
start
just
like
knew-
laying down.
I like that
You
little.
knew you were in the air.
But
It's like your hands are buried in the carpet right now. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm not
good.
scared at
I'm
all.
good. I'm good. I'm on the carpet. I'm on the ground. No. I guess the sky coaster was one surefire thing that I know that heights are not my friend. But I never really thought it was that bad because I could climb up on a ladder. I can go in a second story. It was inside. I could climb a ladder. That never really bothered me until we had the hailstorm of all for a century here, and I had to get up on the roof of our building and walk with my dad to measure. I got up there. I had a panic attack. Like tears. I mean, I was like laying on the metal roof, and I'm like shaking and crying. And my dad's like, "What the hell is wrong with you?" I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I'll hold the tape measure. You just walk. And that's how we did it.
Something that, but what I was saying about planes, I'm just now realizing. So there are a few select situations in which I don't think the fear of heights would bother me. Like if I'm at the Grand Canyon, I probably could look down and have no problem.
Right.
Well, see, I can do that. I can
Because
look down.
it's really man's involvement. If I'm at the top of a skyscraper and there's an infinity pool and you want me to get in it, look at the glass and see the street down
No.
below, I'm like, no, because I don't know who was the inspector that installed all this
Inspector
stuff.
number 12, right? Is number 12
But see,
crooked?
the thing about that,
Like, and to a certain degree, because I came to coasters late in life, there's still that little nagging doubt every time I get on a roller coaster where I go, I have to trust whoever designed this,
Yeah.
and whoever was doing maintenance on this ride.
yeah, but the
was
thing
it
about those
serious?
infinity pools and stuff, it's not actually supporting you.
Right.
It's supporting the weight of all the water,
Right.
Yeah.
and it would have gone over much
Yeah.
earlier than when you get
Yeah.
in.
Yeah. True.
Yes,
So-
True.
but for the luck of the people in this room, we would all go over with it.
Yep.
We would plummet.
Yeah,
I could do one of those.
I
No,
can't.
no,
I
no.
couldn't even do Royal Gorge Bridge like walking.
Now, see-
I was in the center of the bridge,
Okay.
and cars were having to go around me.
Stop Stop it.
in the middle of the bridge.
Well, that's where the Sky Coaster is at the Royal Gorge. So you know how high up the Royal Gorge is.
I wouldn't do it.
Okay, so they have a tram that goes across. I rode the tram. I was enclosed.
Nope.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Nope.
Ashlyn got my ass on the Sky Coaster.
I wouldn't do it.
I couldn't pull.
Well, would it be better to go over a bridge like in Temple of Doom? Like that,
Where you
that
can't see it.
That footbridge.
Nope.
No, I'm talking about
He
Temple of
throws
Doom.
where he throws the gravel across
No,
it
that's Last Crusade.
That's
Last
Crusade.
Temple
Last
of Doom,
Crusade.
or it's Temple of Doom that
It's
has
a rope
the huge rope bridge.
Yeah.
the rope
above
bridge.
above the
Yeah.
alligators.
Nope.
Yeah.
nope.
Crocodiles.
I actually,
Crocodiles.
I'm
Above the
stuck.
crocodiles.
I had a retro fear of one because they used to have a rope bridge in Tishomingo, Oklahoma, and we went on it the year before there was a flood that washed it away, and like afterwards it was like, that's kind of creepy that I walked across and jumped on something that then washed away and was destroyed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
nope. Mm-mm.
I have a fear of heights, and I'm on ladders all day long.
Well, and on at the Royal
So
Gorge.
it's not as bad as it used to be.
I did not see the fear of heights in you until you got on the scissor lift.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
hate scissor lifts.
So at the Royal Gorge, if anybody has not been there, they have like the largest suspension bridge in North America. I
Right.
guess I don't know. They have something, I don't know. But when you go across it, it sways because it's this.
All right.
But cars are also driving across. It's not very wide, so you're having to like lean over to the side while these cars are driving across it. Okay,
Nope. I was
Yeah.
walking right down the middle.
I will tell you that bridge it's a pretty long bridge. 4.3 seconds, my ass was across it. My dad's like, "Where did she go?" And I was all the way across. I'm like, "I'm done with this. I'm not doing this. I can't," because it messes with my vertigo.
Exactly.
Because it's moving. And
Yes.
and no.
I think that's why what my issue with boats is
Yeah.
like
It could
it
be,
throws
yeah.
me off. So
Well,
I can
and
see
what's
that.
weird is I can get on the ferry in my car. I can get on Chad's uncle's boat. But I will tell you, it's like once I get out there, I'm fine. But it's that first little
getting there.
panic attack you have when you get on, and it's like, oh my god, are we going to sink? Are we going to... Especially because of the fear of the things in the water.
Right.
You know, that is... Yeah, it's never an easy task for me to get on the boat. Which we're going to do next week. Yay!
All right.
At least we don't go in open water. I mean,
Right.
we're in the bay, but it's still as many sharks and critters, and
Right.
except it's closer to land. You know? I think I can probably swim that.
you don't have to bleed as far.
Right?
Right.
Yeah, that's right. So,
All right. Phobias.
anyways,
Phobias.
lots of irrational
I think
fears.
this is cool because like everybody has their thing, you know, and so it's nice to hear that you're not the only crazy person.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If you're in this group, you're definitely not the only crazy
Right.
person.
Well, and the thing is that you have rational fears, you have irrational fears, and I think everybody has a combination of both.
Right. Right.
You know, I don't believe
people
that
just
robots
wanna
are going to
fit.
take over the world, but some people do.
Right.
You know, I mean,
Yeah, depends on what your thing is.
yeah. So,
All right.
anyways,
So, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we'd have even touched the surface on that bigger list if we'd
No.
gone through that.
no.
Nope.
No.
That- we
Nope.
would have
So-
been just
Now the one,
Yeah.
I think it would have been fun. It might be fun to do one on the fears that make no sense.
Right.
Like the fear of long words, and the name of it is like
really
17
is.
letters long.
we need to do a dumbest fears list or something like that.
Like the fear of a duck watching you all the time.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
what person is afraid that a
Really?
duck is like stalking them? I
Right.
mean, I mean it's a thing.
You mean he's not?
You know, I mean,
No,
you have a
it's a
fear of a
goose.
duck
Oh,
watching.
oh.
It's
I
a
was
swan.
scared.
I'm
I
being
was
followed
really
by a
scared.
swan.
They're much more likely to follow you than a duck
And
is.
hurt you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I know.
I just knew it was
Geese
a
are
duck.
jerks.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do not like geese.
Yes, they are.
The big birds are We have
I'm afraid of big
we
birds.
have
They're on Sesame Street.
right. We have roaming peacocks.
Stupid
at the
brown
store.
elephants with
Oh
weird
my
names.
gosh.
Yeah, aren't they? They roam the neighborhood, and so every now and then, Chad has to run them out of the warehouse or out of the trim shop, and off the sheets and they scream.
Yep.
I don't like
Yep.
peacocks. No, thank you. So
All right. So, if our fans have a phobia that they think we should know, or know of a movie based on a phobia that we didn't get to, you can send that over to us or message us over at Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram. I think that's it for regular ones. And then you can always subscribe to us over on iHeartRadio, iTunes, Google Play, Spreaker, Playlist.fm. Am I missing one?
I mean, I guess they can,
YouTube.
They can
Oh,
subscribe
YouTube.
to our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
with the captions on.
Yes.
With the
Oh, yeah.
captions
With the
on.
captions
Can't
on
wait to
is
see this one with
hilarious.
captions on.
Yes.
And then
Great with the captions.
Yes, it is.
if you don't want to have to go search everywhere for all these, you can just head over to our website at fearcentral.net. We've got links to everywhere right there. Convenient.
Links to everywhere.
Everywhere that you can get a hold of us.
That's a long page.
It is a long page. It's a long page.
It's a link. It has links to everywhere and nowhere.
Yes.
Yes.
Whoa, hello. Random crazy music.
My bad.
We've gone too long. The Chinese Academy Awards are playing.
Sorry.
But don't forget to leave us a rating and a review
forgot my
on your
volume was
preferred subscription place. Because the more reviews and ratings we get, then
Especially on iTunes.
Yes.
Yeah, more visible we are.
it helps us a lot, and it spans us out to where other people will be able to get a chance to enjoy what you're enjoying.
Right.
So, here we go. Phobias for this week, and we hope y'all have a great week. And as always,
Stay scared.
Fear Central is a product of Thoughtbox Studios. For more information, visit thoughtboxstudios.com.